Hi, this is Potter Darling, my busted heart, and the reason I make this video is that because I know that anyone who's ever loved a narcissist, and in fact, narcissists themselves, I've heard narcissists themselves say this, and it is, can a narcissist change? Can a narcissist change? Lots of people out there, say they can't change at all. I have a different opinion on that, and I just wanted to share it because it's not the typical opinion. So here, and it also, it's based on my own experience. So I'm not just like throwing this out there and, you know, just pull it out of my butt. Like I'm saying this because I've seen it. I've seen it work. Okay, so the first and most important thing that I want to say before I say anything else is, if you love a narcissist and they are abusing you, the most important thing to do is get away from them. Get away from them. Don't try to change them. Don't watch this video and be like, oh, I figured out how to fix them. Get away. That's the only way to protect yourself from a narcissist. Get away. Having said this, there are situations where you cannot get away. It's your child. For example, that's a big one. I don't know what else. Somebody who's dependent on you would be the only time you could really not get away. Otherwise, don't make excuses. If it's your spouse, I know it's hard to leave somebody that you love, you know, sibling. Stay away from them. Okay? Having said that, in doing research on, you know, the issue of whether or not they can change, I came across this article. I'll try to find it and put it down there so you can see it. But basically what it said is that there is some cutting edge research that seems promising for narcissists in not curing them, they can't be cured, but in mitigating their behavior, in getting them to behave in more compassionate ways. And it is specifically teaching them compassionate behavior. Now, here's the problem with that. You can't go to the corner therapist and be like, give me the compassionate behavior stuff for a narcissist, because it's in its infancy and there's really no system in place. Now, maybe in a couple decades, but right now, no. I'm sorry. Boo. But in the meantime, I do know a system that it's a very old system, and it works. And that system is the 12 steps. Now, obviously, people have to go into usually people go into a 12-step program for some kind of addiction. However, there is Emotions Anonymous, and we all know how emotional narcissists are. So there is like an anonymous for everything. And come on now, we're all addicted to something. Let's be real, okay? Every one of us has an addiction to something. We are an addictive society, okay? So whatever you're addicted to, chances are there's a 12-step program for you. Now, before you run to your narcissist or the narcissist in your life and start pestering them to join a 12-step program, I have some bad news, and that is that doesn't work. You can't force somebody to go get recovered. They have to want it. They have to experience what they call in recovery a rock bottom. And more bad news, Narcissists are notorious for having very, very deep bottoms because they don't think that there's anything wrong with them. So they're not going to go get help unless some horrible thing happens to them, like they are imprisoned or they're institutionalized or they're on a gurney and they have to be brought back to life and it scares the crap out of them. Those are the kind of deep bottoms I'm talking about with narcissists. And I know some narcissists who had to go through several of those before they actually finally started doing the 12-step program. Okay? But I do, like I said, I have seen this. So I'm not just talking out my butt. I do know narcissists who no longer behave in those hallmark ways. They are not controlling, they're not thoughtless, they're not unkind. They are still narcissists. They still think very highly of themselves and they still love attention. And generally their grandiosity is it never goes away. So you can see they're narcissists, but the important thing is they're not treating the people around them like shit anymore. They're just, they think they're awesome. Basically, that's it. It's bittersweet because, yes, it can happen, but can we force the change? We can't. We cannot. But we can plant seeds and we can continue to talk about it and hope that, it can help people in the end. But like I said, the most important thing, if you are being abused by a narcissist, you got to get away. Sorry. You got to get away. But if you are a narcissist and you're trying to figure out how to be less of a douchebag, you could join a 12-step program, and that would help you a lot because the 12-step program, here's why it works. Because the 12 steps help you to stop trying to control everything. They help you to see your part in things. They help you to see the shitty things you've done in life. They help you to be a kinder person and to help other people. These are all things that narcissists just cannot do because they're narcissists. So that's how the 12 steps train them to behave in better ways. And it really does work. Like I said, I've seen it. So that's what I got to say. Thank you.